Just north of Damascus, hidden from the world, lies Saydnaya. This is not just a prison, it is a place of unspeakable horrors. A place where the Syrian government sends its enemies to disappear, to die. Saydnaya is a symbol of state-sanctioned brutality. It is a stain on the conscience of humanity. For years, stories have trickled out, whispers of torture, of mass executions, of lives extinguished in the darkness. Survivors tell of unimaginable cruelty. Their testimonies paint a chilling picture, a picture of a regime that operates with absolute impunity. The world must listen. We must shine a light on the atrocities committed within Saydnaya's walls. We must demand justice for the victims, and we must hold the perpetrators accountable. Saydnaya Military Prison was built in the 1980s. It was initially used to detain political prisoners, those who dared to challenge the Syrian regime. Over time, its purpose became more sinister. It transformed into a machine of repression. After the 2011 uprising, Saydnaya's role grew even darker. Thousands were swept up in the government's crackdown. Protesters, activists, and anyone suspected of dissent. They were thrown into Saydnaya's overcrowded cells. The prison became a black hole. People disappeared without a trace. Families were left without answers. The world remained largely unaware of the horrors unfolding within its walls. But the truth has a way of coming out. Imagine a place where hope goes to die, where darkness is your only companion, where the air is thick with the stench of fear and suffering. This is the reality inside Saydnaya. Prisoners are crammed into tiny cells, deprived of food, water, and even sunlight. Disease runs rampant. Medical care is non-existent. The psychological torment is just as brutal. The constant fear, the sounds of screams echoing through the corridors. This is a place designed to break the human spirit, to crush any semblance of resistance. And for many, it does. But there are those who cling to hope, who find the strength to survive. Their stories are a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. Section 4. Echoes of screams, torture and executions in the dark. Torture is not just a tactic in Saydnaya, it is a way of life. Prisoners endure unimaginable horrors, beatings, electrocution, sexual assault. They are starved, hung from the ceiling, and forced into stress positions for hours on end. The screams of the tortured are a constant reminder of the regime's brutality, but even death offers no escape. Mass executions are carried out with chilling efficiency, often by hanging. Bodies are disposed of in mass graves, their families left to wonder about their fate. The world must know what happens within those walls. We cannot turn a blind eye to such barbarity. Silence is complicity. We must demand justice for the victims. Section 5. Bearing Witness. Tales of survival and unspeakable loss. Despite the horrors, some have emerged from Saydnaya's depths. Their stories are harrowing, but they are also a testament to the strength of the human spirit. They speak of enduring unimaginable pain, of witnessing unspeakable acts of cruelty. One survivor, Salam, described being hung upside down and beaten for hours. Another, Omar, witnessed guards throwing a prisoner down the stairs to his death. These are not isolated incidents. They are part of a systematic campaign of terror. The survivors' stories are our window into hell. They are a call to action for the world to listen, to bear witness, and to demand justice. Section 6. A world watching, the fight for justice and accountability. The world is finally waking up to the horrors of Saydnaya. Human rights organizations have documented the atrocities. Governments have condemned the regime's actions, but more needs to be done. We must demand a full and independent investigation into the crimes committed at Saydnaya. Those responsible must be held accountable, and we must work to ensure that such atrocities never happen again. The victims of Saydnaya deserve justice. Their stories must be heard, and their suffering must not be in vain. Section 7. Never Again, a call for global action. Saydnaya is a stark reminder of the human capacity for evil. It is a symbol of the brutality that can flourish when power goes unchecked. But it is also a call to action. We cannot afford to be silent. We cannot look away. We must demand better from our leaders. We must hold them accountable for their actions. And we must work together to create a world where such horrors are never repeated. The victims of Saydnaya will not be forgotten. Their stories will continue to inspire us to fight for justice, and their memory will fuel our determination to create a world where every human life is valued and protected.